Continuing on the custom card review streak, we're going to be talking about a Super Baby 1 custom card that goes into a Super Baby 2, I believe, because I did skim through the card a little bit just to, take a little quick peek at it. And it's coming from our guy Eric. But before I go and read Eric's custom baby card, send me Dokkan concepts over to bnchefcustomcards@gmail.com so I get to your Dokkan concept as soon as possible while I get all these recent and older Dokkan concepts out the way. So Eric says, was super bored one day and decided to do a custom card because why not? Baby needs to get the love he deserves, especially as the coolest GT villain in my opinion. Love your videos, Dev. Huge shout out to you, my brother. I really appreciate that. And thank you for sending your custom card, Eric. Now, without further ado, let's just go ahead and talk about this baby. Alright, so Super Baby 1, and he's also Extreme SDR. His leader skill is GT Bosses, 3 key and 220% across the board. And he also has a Dokkan Fest leader skill too for 220. Interesting. He's Corroded Body and Mind, Transformation Boost, or Artificial Life Forms 3 key and 170% across the board. And he's also 50% the stats to Terrifying Conquerors or Space Traveling Warriors. So I will tell you guys this for certain. Both his Dokkan Fest 220 as well as his Carnival LR 220 is like, well, he's not an LR, but his Carnival 220 leader skill and his Dokkan Fest 220 leader skills, both of them are very bad, man. Like, I did pull them both up. This is his Dokkan Fest 220. This is horrendous. Just off of the first page alone, let me just go ahead and turn off my camera so you guys can see. Off of the first page alone, this is terrible. And I hope to God that he does not have to have a GT Bosses or, I don't know, what's his leader skill? Or Corroded Body and Mind character in the same turn with him. I hope not. Because his easily best character that's on his Dokkan Fest 220 is this AGL Full Power Frieza. He is far and away the best character on his 220 outside of himself because we haven't taken a look at him, or taken a look at him, excuse me. But it's easily LR Full Power Frieza. And then second place would probably be LR Jiren. And then, like, we take a look at the rest of the team. This is straight trash. I mean, we do have Bojack here with his EZA. I mean, Baby Janemba, we could get some dodging shenanigans in there. But, of course, he is a dodge unit, aka dodge or die. Who else do we have here? Maybe when Tech Golden Frieza gets a Super EZA, we do have physical Full Power Frieza with his Super EZA. But honestly, bro, this is a horrendous 220 from this baby. And then we don't even have to talk about GT Bosses. Like, we just take a look at GT Bosses. I'm gonna do a slow scroll. It's like, brother, we're not talking about GT Bosses because we know how bad that category is. All right, so his super attack, because of course he is a Dokkan Fest, Corrupted Final Flash. He stacks attack and gets 50% defense for one turn. Okay, nice. And his passive, he activates the interest animation once only when there are 4 extreme class allies on the team. Starting from this character's attacking turn, he starts out with 90% damage reduction. And he loses 10% damage reduction for every turn passed, no more than 30. So he goes from 90% damage reduction to 70% damage. No, it's not 70, excuse me. He goes from 90 to 60. My math is completely wrong. I'm sorry about that, guys. Still good. Of course, he goes from 90 to 60. That's not bad at all. And he launches an additional super attack for 3 turns. Very nice, considering the fact that he is a stacker. And for 3 turns from character's entry turn, he guards. Okay, so guard for 3 turns, cool. While having up to 90% damage reduction at the start, going down to 60%. That is good. And his basic effects, he starts out with 2 key and 200% attack and defense at the start of turn, as well as him having a unrestricted 50% chance to dodge and a 30% chance to dodge. Do these stack on top of each other? Because it says for his basic effects, he has a 50% chance to dodge and a 30% chance to dodge. I'm going to assume, are those separate dodge procs? I'm not going to make the assumption on what it is because I don't know what to make of this. Because it doesn't give like any plus, like 50% with the additional 30%. But I guess he just has 2 separate dodge procs. We're just gonna go ahead and say that. I'm gonna assume that Eric, you are watching this video, and please let me know down below if this is like a typo or something. It probably is. I don't know. All right, so When attacking, he gets 120% attack and defense, as well as launching an additional super attack. And he gets an additional 50% defense when both allies within the same rotation are extreme class. Okay, so it's very easy to get off. You just need a full extreme class team. Thank God he does not need characters that are on his category leader skills, because his category, like his 220s, are terrible. I'm so glad he went with the route for the extreme class design. Alright, so within the same turn after receiving or evading an attack, he gets additional 10% chance to dodge, as well as additional 77% attack and defense. Okay, so that's within the same turn. And for the rest of the battle, after performing 8 super attacks in battle, okay, he gets unrestricted guard for the rest of the battle, of course, and 20% damage reduction. Okay. 8 supers is a bit much, though, no? Because he... Okay, let me just continue reading. When HP is above 55%, performs a guarantee crit, he gets 50% attack and an additional 20% chance to dodge. Okay, wow. So we have a couple things to unpack here. All right, so start a turn. Turn 1, he's going to have 90% damage reduction with guard, as well as a 50% chance to dodge and a 30% chance to dodge. I'm going to assume this is a typo, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it anyways, obviously. And when he dodges or receives an attack, he gets that up to a 60% chance to dodge. And then if your HP is above the 55% or more HP threshold, which you're going to be at the start of turn, he has additional 20% chance to dodge. So that's 30% from him being above the HP threshold, as well as him receiving or dodging an attack. So that would be up to a, what's that? Would that be a 80% chance to dodge? I assume? Yeah, that would be an 80% chance to dodge. Yeah. I don't think I should count this. I'm just gonna assume, like I've already said, it's a typo. So I'm just gonna, just say that it's just a separate dodge proc. So, assumingly, turn 1, of course, you fulfill the conditions where, of course, he receives an attack, obviously, and dodges, as well as him being above the HP threshold, which is going to be at turn 1. He's going to have guard with 90% damage reduction, as well as up to an 80% chance to dodge. And then for a separate dodge proc, he has a 30% chance to dodge. So he has both an 80% chance to dodge and a 30% chance to dodge with guard and 90% damage reduction. And of course, past those 3 turns, he is technically going to lose that guard. He's only going to have, as well as that additional guarantee super, he's only going to have 60% damage reduction as soon as those 3 turns pass. Because once those turns go, he's going to lose that damage reduction. So yeah, as well as that guard. So he's going to have 60% damage reduction with a 80% chance to dodge still with that separate dodge proc. As well as when he's attacking, of course, he's going to have that guarantee super, that additional defense, and then attack and defensive buff from his passive to a super attack effect. And I do like the fact that he's getting rewarded with attack and defense for just receiving an attack and dodging too, considering the fact that, of course, he's a dodge unit too. What I will say, wow, 7th turn, holy hell. Okay, I mean, considering what meta we're in, I mean, do we make it to the 7th turn? I think, okay. All right. Okay, so what I will say is he does have a good base, but I don't think this is gonna be. It's gonna be achievable. It's gonna be achievable considering the fact that he transformed 7th turn from start of battle. Wow, you're definitely not gonna run double this guy. There's no way, because his 220s are so garbage. Oh my god, it's so bad, bro. It is. I mean, outside of super easy A full power Frieza, who could still get some work done. I mean, you do have Bojack, that's 2. You have LR AGL full power Frieza with his easy A, that's 3. Could you get some shenanigans out with Topo? I don't know. It's like you have 4 runnable options on this team, max. Once I skipped over a unit. Yeah. Probably not running this guy. Yeah, you're not running that guy. I would say And of course, after he gets those 8 supers off, he's going to have that guard for the rest of the battle and that additional 20% damage reduction. So once he achieves this, he's going to have, before he transforms, of course, he's going to have, that's 80% damage reduction with guard, with all the dodge procs too. So he has 2+ supers built into him, both being guaranteed, as well as having up to 60% damage reduction with those separate dodge procs. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the transformation. I'd say the base is, I feel like the base is fine. Does he have practically every defensive ability to fall back on? He does. He has guard, damage reduction, and dodge. Yeah, he has 2+ guaranteed supers built into him and a bunch of stats. And not to mention, he also has, but you know, not to forget, he has a guaranteed crit when you're above the HP threshold, which you're going to be. Yeah, and I feel like does he have a healthy amount of stats built into him? Because he has 200% attack and defense right over here. He has 50% defense right over here when attacking, when of course the rotation is a full extreme class, as well as 120% attack and defense when attacking. I'd say he has a healthy amount of stats, because 77% attack and defense right over here, 50% attack right over here. I'd say so, yeah. So far so good. I'd say Baby for his base is looking good. Yeah, I mean these 8 supers, you're gonna get these 8 supers off before you get to this transformation condition. Yeah, for sure. But 7 turn, is that crazy? I feel like with some of the hardest fights in the game, you can very easily hit 7 turns. Nowadays. I would say so. Yeah. I'd say okay. Okay, I'm not gonna be too hard on that because you can definitely hit that. Yeah. Okay. I'd say good base. I would say good base. I'm not too against this base. Okay, the only thing I will say though is, like, I would need you to explain this because I'm sure this is a typo. Maybe he meant like a 30%, I don't know, chance to, I don't know, something. But yeah, only you know, discrepancy I see is that, because I don't quite understand this, because 2 separate dodge procs, I don't really get that. Anyways, let's go ahead and see Super Baby 2. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so Super Baby 2, he has a new super attack effect, as well as a new passive, obviously. So, his 12 key, that being Corruption of Saiyan Power, he gets 50% attack and defense for 1 turn, and that's going to be about that. For 1 turn from character's entry turn, he gets 77% damage reduction. Okay, so he's pretty much a wall turn 1. And his base effect, alright, let's see what we got here. 2 key and 250% attack and defense at the start of turn, as well as a guarantee super, unrestricted, guard, unrestricted, 30% damage reduction, unrestricted, a 50% chance to dodge, again, unrestricted, and he's also a extreme class ally support of 2 key and 50% attack and defense, and you get an additional 2 key and 20% attack and defense and 10% damage reduction if you're a part of the GT bosses, Corroded Body and Mind, or Transformation Boost, as well as Artificial Life Forms category. So it does make it, nah, I wouldn't even, bro, you know what the crazy thing is? He's leading Corroded Body and Mind. Bro, if he had, I don't know, can I see his categories real quick? What is this guy's categories? Let me just grab a Baby up. Let me just get Baby real quick. What is Baby's categories? If he just had, like, if he swapped Terrifying Conquerors with Transformation Boost, he'd be able to get Janemba on his 220 for his Dokkan Fast leader skill. He would easily have a much better leader skill with him having Janemba on there. Because as it stands, like, this is, I mean, you guys already know. And I don't know why this YouTube thing is here. What the hell? Alright, anyways, that would make it better, 100%. Is there anything else that can make it better? I mean, that's just my suggestion, but that's pretty much that. Alright, anyways, back on over to his leader skill. He has that crazy amount of support. So if you're within his categories, like if you're on his categories, like for this 220, if you're running you know, the characters with him, you're getting up to 2 key, 50%. That's nuts. 4 key. Wait. So if he had a Janemba with him, he'd be giving Janemba 4 key, 70% attack and defense, and 10% damage reduction. As well as the Tech Janemba, the Int Super Easy A Janemba. Bro, if he was just, bro, that's all we had to do. If we just swap this, bro, oh my god. Okay. Anyways, when attacking, he gets 150% attack and defense. Nice, considering the fact that he gets 50% attack and defense inside of a super attack effect, and he's getting 150% attack and defense on attacking. And he also launches a guaranteed super. That's from his pre-transformation. And he also gives an additional 50% attack and defense when both allies within the same rotation are extreme class. So, of course, easy to get off, considering you're going to have a full extreme class team because his pre-transformation, you practically want a full extreme class team, because for his interest animation buff, you want 4 extreme class characters on the team starting this character's attacking turn, as well as you want the full extreme class rotation when he's attacking for that guaranteed super, because he really needs it to go ahead and get this strong buff of getting guard for the rest of the battle, as well as damage reduction with 8 super attacks performed. So where are we at? All right, we're right over here. Within the same turn, after receiving or dodging attack, 100% attack and defense for 5 turns, and launches a guarantee super for 5 turns. Nice. And after performing 3 super attacks in battle, he gets guarantee crits, 30% damage reduction, as well as 77% defense. Should be very easy to get off, considering that this card not only is going to be doing his first super, but then like he gets his second super from his base effect, and he gets a guarantee super, well, both of them being guarantee supers. Wait, he has 3+ supers built in so far. So this is gonna be stupid easy to get off after the first turn from him transforming. That's so crazy, bro. Very cohesive design for his post transformation. I am a huge fan. So when HP is 30% or above, 77% attack and defense, and 1 key to all extreme class allies on the team. And when HP is 30% or below, below 30%, he recovers 50% HP once only. And his active skill, that being negative energy death ball, can be activated when HP is below 80% or when 6 super attacks have been performed starting from this character's 3rd appearance. So that will be after that 77% damage reduction turn. And the effect for it, massive raises attack temporarily and 999% defense, and directs all enemy attacks towards this character for 1 turn. So like Cell Max, I assume, right? I assume that's like Cell Max. Yeah, let me... Cell Max is... No, he's not in giant form. I'm crazy. What's the fastest way to get the Cell Max? Cell Max. Artificial life forms. Yeah, I don't know why I clicked on giant form. Let me see. Where is he? There he is. So I'm pretty sure it's like Cell Max. Doesn't Cell Max have that ability where he aggroes and gets that high amounts of defense? He does. Yeah, so it's pretty much Cell Max. Practically. This is the same exact one that Cell Max has. Except it's... Yeah. Cause ultimate damage to enemy. Max raise attack temporarily. Except it doesn't do the ultimate damage modifier thing. I do not play Marvel Rivals. Come on, Dokkan Wiki. Please! The ads. Oh my god. Okay. So active skill is obviously good, and I'd say it's fairly easy to get off. I mean, you could easily... Bro, you can... I mean, the fastest way you're gonna see this is it's below the HP threshold though. Yeah. This is gonna be more so a finisher, if anything. No, it's not a finisher, because it only gives the defense and it raises attack temporarily. Okay. Anyways, I would say great design for Super Baby 2. Not only is he going to be pretty much untouchable turn 1, because he has up to 107% damage reduction with guard and a 50% chance to dodge, and he can do up to 3+ supers. 1 being guaranteed in his base effect, 1 being guaranteed from him attacking with extreme class characters attacking the same turn, and 1 being guaranteed from him receiving an attack or dodging an attack. And then of course, after he does those 3+ supers that he has built into his damn kit, he gets guaranteed crits and he gets 30% damage reduction for the rest of the battle. So after that turn from him having that 77% damage reduction, he's going to have up to 60% damage reduction, as well as guard and a 50% chance to dodge. And to throw the cherry on top, this guy also is a support type unit. You don't even need those GT bosses, Corroded Body of Mind, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Form characters with him to give the additional buffs. It would be nice, but 2 key and 50% attack and defense is still crazy enough for extreme class characters, regardless of the fact. Now, would it be nice for you to run those characters from Corroded Body of Mind, i.e. Janembas? Absolutely. But outside of that, I would say he's pretty damn good, man. 3+ supers, guaranteed crits. He's very good. I'd say he's looking very good. And of course, he has a heal. he's super good. And then of course he has the active where he's pretty much a fucking wall for that one turn. He's protecting the team. Very cohesive design. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of this baby. Very good. Very, 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 very good. As for Super Baby 1, I'm a fan of this too. Because, yeah, I mean, that's 8 supers, sure. But do keep in mind that he does have 2 guaranteed built-in supers. One being from his interest animation buff, and one being from where he's attacking with a full extreme class rotation. Thank God he went with the design to where he makes you run the extreme class characters rather than the characters on his 220s, because his 220s are awful, bad, terrible, very, 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 very trash. I love the design. I'm a fan. I feel like the design is cohesive from top to bottom. The only thing that's bad about this card, in my opinion, is his leader skill. His leader skill is, well, his leader skills. Both his 220s are horrendously bad. Very, very bad, bro. But outside of that, baby's good. You just need the extreme class characters, and I love that he's not hindered by him having to run characters on his trash-ass leader skills. But other than that, he's very strong. You get all that stacked up attack, bro. You go into Super Baby 2, and you are a god, brother. You are a god. So, Eric, thank you for sending your custom card. I'd say this is a very good custom card. And Baby deserves love like this, 100%. So, with that being said, send me Dokkan concepts over to bhwcustomcards@gmail.com so I get to your Dokkan concept as soon as possible while I get all these recent and older Dokkan concepts out the way. Eric, immaculate card, brother. Just the leader skill sucks, but the card is good nonetheless. This is a very strong card, and I see you love defensive abilities because the fucker has guard, damage reduction, and dodge in both his pre and post transformation. But yeah, please let me know about this pre-transformation where he has the 2 separate dodge procs. I don't quite understand that, but yeah, that's gonna be about it. Join the 24/7 Discord server. A link is down below in the description for you guys to join today, and don't miss the live stream that's in 2 days. We're gonna be taking a look at the Dokkan wiki, and that's gonna be about it. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Peace.